Welcome back to ca.temai.tech. My name is Cody, and today I've got an awesome video for you parents out there or people that drive around kids inside your Tesla Model 3 or Model Y, or really any car for that matter. We're going to be taking a look at a car seat by a company called Radeon, and then we're going to have one of their safety experts come out, show us how to install it properly inside of a Tesla Model Y, and go over other safety tips to make sure that we're all putting our kids inside of our car to the maximum safety. So the Radeon car seats we are looking at today are the Radeon 3R, and they are designed to have 3 of them across in the back seat of a car. We've got 2 of them here today, and we're gonna get these unboxed, take a look at them, and then we're gonna get them installed with Scott later on in the video. And I should mention too real quick before we get started that Radeon did not pay us to make this video. We actually reached out to them and asked them to partner with us, and together we're putting together this video to show their newest seats and how well they fit inside of the car, as well as to provide as many safety tips as we can to protect our children. So before we get into the actual unboxing of this car seat, let me point out the things that make this car seat so unique. Like I mentioned, this is designed to fit 3 across in most vehicles. It's also designed to last you 10 years because it converts to multiple different phases of your child growing up. So this can be installed rear facing. It has a steel core. It has a super latch system. It even has expandable side width. It's been FAA approved and folds for convenience. It uses safety stop technology. It has energy absorbing foam. You can easily remove the cover and machine wash, which, come on, if you've got kids, you'll be doing that now and then, especially with kids like mine that throw up on long road trips. Yeah. You get a 5-point harness, and what's super cool, look, see this right here? Made of Seattle. This company is right here in my hometown. So they call this a birth to booster car seat, from 5 pounds to 120 pounds, or 2.3 kilograms to 54 kilograms. So yes, this does work for your newborn rear facing. You get the forward facing with the full harness, and then you also get the regular booster with hardback. So you get all those things in the one car seat. All right, let's cut her open. Oh man. This thing is sick looking. It's gonna really go well with our brand new Model Y, that nice black. And you can get this, I think, in red, blue, and black. So we do have multiple choices here. If you don't want black, like in my car, my blue Model 3, it would have been kind of cool to have blue. But man, what a nice looking car seat.
As a family of young kids, we have to use car seats pretty much on a daily basis. When I'm looking for a car seat, I want to know how it fits and feels overall in the car. 6 years ago, when our 3rd child was born, I needed to find a car seat that would actually fit 3 across. After doing some research, I found this brand here, Radeon, and we decided to give it a try. I really did like the car seat. It fit well, and it has a steel frame, so I know our kids are gonna be safe. And we're really excited that Radeon is sending out Scott, their safety expert, who's gonna show us how to properly install these car seats and give us some other safety tips. Scott's gonna be here real soon, and we're gonna get right in on the install.
Okay, so we're here actually with Scott. Scott, tell me again your title. You're better at this.
I am Radeon's CPST and safety advocate, and thanks for having me, by the way.
Yeah, no, we're super excited, like we said, to collab with you guys. So here's what we're doing first here is Scott's going to show us how to basically put someone in one of these and how the strap placement works. So Scott, show me what to do with my child here.
All right, so go ahead and put your head all the way back for me. So with the forward-facing kid, we want those harness straps to be coming from above her shoulders. So as you can see right now, they're below her shoulders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to change the harness strap height so they come from above her shoulders up here in the 5th harness slot. So since London is 44 pounds, we don't need to use a safe stop today. The safe stop is a load limiting device for kids who weigh less than 40 pounds. So if you have a forward-facing child under 40 pounds, you need to attach the safe stop to the harness here. Over 40 pounds, you remove it, and it just stores right here. So to change the harness strap position, it's really easy. Just disconnect it from the metal plate here. Feed the straps to the next harness slot, whichever one is appropriate for your child. Remember, forward-facing kids want those harness straps to be above the shoulders. For rear-facing kids, you want them at or below. And when you reattach the harness straps, you always want to start with the strap on the child's left. That's all there is to it. Okay, when you're using any Diono convertible car seat forward facing with a kid over 25 pounds, you always want to lower this adjustable bottom. When you're using it rear facing or in booster mode, you want to raise it back up. So it's really easy to drop it down. You just squeeze these two bars together and pull it out till it clicks.
So one of the very first things that Scott had me do here was go into the manual and look up the exact way to actually tether down these car seats. On the Tesla here, it's found on your digital screen. Every one of your Teslas have the manual built into the screen, and it says to put it underneath the headrest and then tie it down behind. And we're going to show you how to do that now.
When we're installing a forward-facing car seat, the first thing that we want to do after we set the car seat in the vehicle is figure out how to route the top tether. So according to the Tesla manual, it needs to go underneath the head support with a single tether strap. So that's what we're going to do. So for now, we're just going to leave it. We're not going to connect it just yet. We'll wait to do that till after we install the car seat and get it all tight. Okay, so one thing I want to point out, you'll notice that there's a gap here between the car seat and the vehicle seat back. And this is okay with Diono seats as long as the bottom of the car seat is flat on the vehicle seat and there's support at the top of the car seat by either the vehicle seat back or the vehicle head support. So that's okay. So when you're installing a Diono seat forward facing, there's these flaps here that you can open up, and this really makes it easier to feed the seat belt through the belt path. You just reach behind the cover, pull the seat belt through, and buckle it. Make sure that the straps aren't twisted. And then what you want to do, here's a little trick for everybody. You want to reach through this cover and grab the shoulder belt portion of the seat belt and push down to kind of compress the car seat into the vehicle seat and pull up on that shoulder belt. You get a lot more leverage doing it this way than trying to reach around and grab it like this. So reach through this cover here, grab the shoulder belt, push down and pull up. So you get a lot of tension on that. You want to keep the tension with your other hand while you pull the slack through, and then you want to pull this seat belt all the way out of the retractor until it stops. And when you hear that ratcheting sound going back into the retractor, you know the seat belt has been switched over to locked position. So you just let all that slack go back in. And then when you want to check for a properly tightened car seat, you grab it here at the belt path. You don't grab it anywhere else up here, not at the front, not here, right at the belt path. So what you can't see where I'm grabbing is I'm grabbing right here at the belt path, but on the other side here. And you just want to give it a firm handshake. And you want to check it front to back, side to side. And as long as it moves less than 1 inch, that's a properly installed car seat. And on Diono seats made as of 2018, we do allow a little bit of overhang on the front of the car seat here. So we're following the 80-20 rule, which means that as long as 80% of the bottom of the car seat is on the vehicle seat, that's okay. So we've got a really rock solid installation here. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to connect the top tether and tighten that up. So as we mentioned before, we double check to make sure that Tesla wants the top tether to go underneath the vehicle head support. So here's our top tether connector right here. You can see by this little symbol that there's actually 3 in this vehicle, 1 for each seating position. There's 1 here, and 1 there. So we're going to attach our top tether, and we're just going to tighten the tether to remove the slack. That's as tight as it needs to be. It doesn't need to, you don't need to suck this down into the seat cushion or anything like that. You just want to remove the slack. So now that we've got the top tether installed and everything, we're just going to give it one last check at the belt path here. So again, you just only want to grab here at the belt path, and you just want to give it a firm handshake. And you can see that that seat's not going anywhere. So that is a good solid installation. Okay, so we've got the car seat installed and we're getting ready to go on a trip. But before we pull out of the driveway, we want to just double check everything every single time we go. So first thing you want to do is just give your seat a quick tug at the belt path to make sure it's installed properly. It's all good. We've got the bottom drop down for forward-facing kids over 25 pounds. The seat is flat on the vehicle seat. Like I mentioned before, this gap here is okay as long as we got the seat flat and there's support here at the top of the car seat. We're going to go around and just double check the top tether to make sure that that's still tightened and connected and everything looks good here. So we're ready to get London in the seat and head down the road. All right, so we've got London in the seat. Go ahead and sit all the way back for me. So first thing we're going to do is we just, before we got her in the seat, we made sure that the harness straps were above her shoulders. We're going to just go ahead and buckle her in here. So what we want to do first is we just want to snug that harness up, and we're going to do what's called the pinch test. When we want to check for a properly tightened harness, we do what's called the pinch test. So I'm going to loosen this up a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about here. So when the harness is too loose, when you can pinch webbing, can you move your head for me, please? Thank you. When you can pinch webbing with your fingers like this, that's too loose. So go ahead and just sit back normally. So we're going to just snug the harness up a little bit, and when we can't pinch any more webbing, that's a properly tightened harness. It doesn't need to be super tight, just snug. So the pinch test is the best way to check for a properly tightened harness. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to buckle this chest clip, and we're going to raise it up to her armpit level. So put your head back for me. And I'm not going to tickle you, I just want to see where your armpits are, okay? So I'm going to just check right here. So we're looking pretty close. How's that feel? Good? All right, we're ready to go. Okay, so today we've got Avery using the Radeon 3R in booster mode, and just want to point out a couple things. When you're using our seats in booster mode, you always want to have your kid lean forward and then lean back to make sure that that seat belt retracts through the belt guide. So we've got that happening. Go ahead and sit back normally for me. Okay, we've got good belt fit here on the shoulder, down here low across the hips and thighs. The one thing that we noticed with Avery is that she has actually outgrown this seat by height, because as you can see when you look from the side, the tops of her ears are actually above the top of the car seat. So even though this seat belt fits her really well and everything, she's actually outgrown it by height by just a smidge. Because you can see that the tops of her ears, again, are above the top of the car seat. So she's going to have to switch to a dedicated booster in this vehicle. All right, so I just want to reemphasize what the role of the booster seat is. The booster seat's job is to raise the kid up in the vehicle seat so that the adult seat belt fits them properly. It doesn't really restrain the child the way that a harnessed car seat does. Some high back boosters will offer side impact protection because they have deeper sidewalls and head supports and that kind of stuff. But they don't actually do anything to restrain the kid. That's the job of the seatbelt. So again, the booster seat's job is to position the child so that the adult seatbelt fits them properly.
Well, that's going to basically wrap it up for this video. I learned a ton. I'm super excited Scott came out. Scott, thanks so much for coming
pleasure,
and
man.
collaborating with us. That means a ton. Hopefully you guys got a lot out of this video. And if you have any other questions, just put them down below in the comments of this video, and we'll be sure to get right back to them as soon as possible. All right, so thank you, Diono and Scott, for helping us put together this video. It was awesome collaborating with you guys. So how do you pick up one of these car seats if you want them for your car, for your kids? Well, right now you can find these at Walmart. I'm going to put a link down below this video so you guys know exactly where to go to pick up some of these car seats. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.